100 years and countless more ahead. Join us in celebrating every story.
Alright, this is a Cinderella story. Starring Hilary Duff as Sam, a diner girl who was at high school. And it's a stepmother, lives with her stepmother Fiona, who's like the late Tremaine of this world, as well as her twin sisters Gabriella and Briella, who tries to give away that Sam is Cinderella. And, and Sam is having emails from a guy named Austin, who at first was living with the Piper boys and girls until he decides to take an interest in Sam. But he didn't know about that because Sam was wearing a Cinderella dress, but as Princeton girl actually. But she didn't remember the mask, which means that he doesn't know who she is actually. I thought this film, for the most part, was kind of boring. Until halfway through, I wasn't interested in this movie. I only technically watched it because I thought the Disney Cinderella was one of my favorite Disney movies. And I was starting to like Hilary Duff after watching her in Lizzie McGuire and Cheaper by the Dozen. So I thought and I'm gonna watch another one a few days later. So I thought this would be a fine inclusion. But for the most part, including when Sam was dancing with Austin as Cinderella and Nomad, I was kind of bored. But until Brianna and the twin sisters and Shelby revealed that Sam is Cinderella and Sam was crying, got invested how this movie ends. And then it ends with trying to her quitting her work and decides to not live with Fiona and decides to live with the people at the diner work at first, and then she breaks up with Austin but watches his football game. But during that, Austin still develops feelings for Sam, and then they finally kissed in the rain. And then they live a normal life where Fiona is now arrested and was worked as a diner girl for torture reasons. And then Sam and Austin live happily ever after. So, yeah, so once those moments happened, I got invested in this movie. But other than that, I thought this movie was not for me. Though I did, that was an interesting 2004 reimagining of Cinderella taking place in the modern world at that time. But what did you think of it? Because it has a crap load of sequels though. Yikes. So what are your thoughts on a Cinderella story?